Hello everyone and welcome to this pick a card reading. Today we are doing message about what your heart wants you to know. So we have here three different shells. The first shell is this one here. The second shell is this one. And the third shell is this one here. So pick which shell you feel magnetized to, and we'll get started with group number one here. Hello group number one, so you chose this shell here. So what is your heart letting you know? Now I just want to apologize first off for the sound. I'm working on getting a new microphone. So let's have a look what this shell can tell us. It looks to me like your heart is wanting you to get balanced here, because I'm seeing the two markings on this shell on either side and they're quite balanced. And I feel like what I'm getting here is once you come into balance or get your heart into balance, I see that things are going to start flowing and moving forwards for you. I don't know why I'm hearing like umming and ahhing. So perhaps you might be to and fro about things, like it could be general. This could be a decision that you're wanting to make, or it could be just that you are have some sort of confliction around something. It could be even subconsciously as well. It doesn't mean that in your mind you may feel quite balanced about something, but maybe there's a resistance to flow in some area of your life. And what it is that there is a resistance here. So it's recognizing this subconscious resistance so that you can come back into flow. And you know, as I say that, like I'm seeing here a couple of like darker blocks on that circle over here. So this could be, you know, a couple of blockages there. This could be to do as well with like the masculine and the feminine energies. And it's interesting because subconsciously I went masculine and feminine. So perhaps, you know, there needs to be a balance between those energies. So maybe you're a little bit more in the masculine energy. So maybe you need to take some more time to get into your creative flow and take some time to be in that yin energy. And I'm like hearing more relaxation, more quiet time, more imagination, more connection to nature. You know, when I see this, and I don't know why it's coming to me, is like a bruise. So maybe you felt like you've been, like maybe your ego's been bruised, or, you know, some sort of trauma from the past. Maybe it creates a tension or creates a discord within you, makes it hard for you to relax, makes it hard perhaps for you to trust. And that's why you go into more of the masculine energy, you know, of doing all the time, taking action, you know. So perhaps you could go within and have a look at what that might be for you. We will look at the cards as well, so we may get some more enlightenment through the cards, but I just want to point out here that this is a general reading. So, you know, you will feel what's truth for you. Always listen to your own intuition. All right, let's see what Spirit wants to say. Let's add here. So we do have here the healer of the ages. We have victory. Too many cards. And we'll get one more energy oracle. Deceit. Oh, we've got two. All right, I'll take the extra one. These came out together, so they must have a significant meaning together. Usually, sometimes that happens for me, is Spirit will put out two cards at once. So what I'm seeing here with the Healer of the Ages, I'm actually going to get some of the Oz Zen cards to clarify as well. And that one wanted to pop out. We've got fighting. Yeah, so again, there's that inner conflict that's going on within your heart. You're fighting yourself, you know, and this is coming back to a trauma, somewhere in your life where you felt like you couldn't trust. You felt like you couldn't put your faith in the universe. And so that restricted your flow. You've learned through your life to fight for what you get. And some of you might even fight for relationships in your life as well. For some of you, I'm getting the message that you might, your heart, you might get defensive at times, because I feel like your heart sometimes tries to protect itself. So perhaps for some of you too, there may be this hard time to really surrender in a relationship. These two just jumped out onto the floor here. We've got exhaustion and the outsider. I'm going to go into them in a moment. We also have this one here that's come out, and this is the traveler, the traveling. You can see that a bit better there. Okay. You know, when I look at this card, it's almost like you're on a journey, okay? And I feel like this journey is to you getting to know who you are. And the reason I say that is because A, you've got the healing here, and B, I can see here the sun in the background. So I feel like the sun is like the full expression of who you are. And again, you've got this energy at the heart. So there's coming to an understanding of who you are, but this journey may be a little tough at times. It may be a little rocky at times. It may be a little bit foggy at times. As you can see, this card's not very clear. You may even, as you start to understand yourself, maybe your fearful self, your ego mind may get in the way and sort of say, well, no, this is what I've been taught. This is how I know myself to be. So how can you say this is who I am now? Or you could be coming into revelations about yourself and perhaps some of the patterns in your life and going, you know, this is what you've been doing. This has been part of your behaviors, but maybe, you know, that's hard to see. So you're going through a healing journey, and I'm seeing here that you're getting to know yourself, and you want to express yourself. There's a deeper need for your heart. Your heart wants you to be free. Your heart wants you to create victory in your life, to have your own sovereignty, to have your own sense of self. Your heart wants you to be responsible for your life, and wants to create a wealth. You know, you want to create a wealth for yourself. So you have this really strong need within you. And I'm seeing here that there could be two sides of you as well, in regards to, you know, part of you, you're this inner healer, you know, you're wanting healing, you're wanting grace, you're wanting enlightenment. And then the other side here on your journey, we have the deceit. We have the thoughts about yourself that maybe you're not good enough. You have the ideas or the patterns that you've created for yourself. And perhaps if, maybe you have been experiencing a bit of a bruising to the ego through some of your understandings about yourself. And this control card just flew out. So perhaps some of this could be around control. And perhaps you're feeling like maybe in the past you wanted to control outcomes, you wanted to control, and again, that's that masculine energy. So this goes back to what I was saying with the shell you picked. There's this wanting, the reason you go into your masculine energy here is because you want that control. It helps you to feel secure. So I would be looking within too and seeing why do you have to feel this, where is it in your past that that made you feel like you weren't secure? So perhaps there's some healing in the root chakra here for you. But let's have a look what else we've got. Sharing. And, like you're really wanting to have this sovereignty, you're wanting to achieve something here, or your heart is really wanting you to go in that direction, to achieve something, and to move out of this outsider energy. Do you see how this child is sort of locked off here? And so, and again, there's that energy here of segregation. It's like you're keeping your inner child at bay. It's like, it's like you having this patriarchal energy, like this fatherly energy to yourself. And it's like, I have to have things together. I have to be able to do. I've got to work hard. I've got to fight for what I want. Even maybe part of what you're creating is this path that's hard because you think that that's the way you're meant to, but it's an illusion. I get with this card that, that this inner child within you needs honoring and understanding and loving, and that's where a lot of your healing is going to come in. Opening up to that inner child. And perhaps too, like another message I'm getting is maybe when you do get into that more of the feminine energy, or maybe when you get into that relaxed state, perhaps it brings back memories. Perhaps it brings back that inner conflict. Perhaps you get more sensitive in that state, and perhaps that causes you to feel uncomfortable. This happens when you start to look at that inner child. What's coming to my mind, I'm going to share this because it's an example and it may relate to you, some of you. I remember, like, for many, many years, I would just go from one thing to the next thing to the next thing. It'd be one drama to the next drama to the next drama. And then when I had my first child, I had to stay put. There was no more escaping. Where I lived was in a rural area, so there wasn't a lot around me, and there was a lot of time that I had to stay at home to sort of rear my child, and I actually had to stop. And when I had to stop, a lot came up and it was uncomfortable. All right. And, I go through many of these sort of cycles in my life, which can be uncomfortable, but it clears the way for you and it brings you into much more prosperity, and it helps you to be able to share more of yourself and open your heart, okay? And I feel like that's what's needing to take place here, is for you to open your heart, because your soul's really wanting you to have this healing. And there's a reason that this card here is not the man holding the coin, right? This is the woman holding the coin. So regardless of whether you're a man or a woman watching this, the reason why the woman has come out is because it's that energy that your heart's wanting you to encapsulate here, is to have that victory, to have that security for yourself. But there's also this aspect of being able to share it with others with an open heart, where I feel like the energy you have been in has been somewhat closed off, has been somewhat defensive. And perhaps you're feeling really tired, really exhausted. Maybe this is a lot of mental energy. I want to be like this, but this keeps coming up. Or I want things to turn out this way. You're wanting harmony. Your heart is wanting you to come into this harmony energy. And you can hear my voice starting to get quieter. And that's the sort of energy that your heart's calling for you to take on at the moment, that relaxed state. Because this will open your heart, open your intuitive senses, right? And open you up to a higher vision here. And it's going to connect you with a much more softer energy and interaction with other people. I really feel like for some of you watching, if you've been experiencing a lot of discord with other people, or you just feel like people don't sort of, maybe with that outsider energy, perhaps people just not connecting to you in the way that you wish they would. And I feel like once you open this and bring this heart and mind into balance, it's going to, and you acknowledging your inner child here, because the dolphins to me can represent that inner child energy as well. It's like you acknowledging this inside of you and allowing yourself to feel, allowing yourself that self-compassion is then going to change what you see in your external reality. You'll start to see your interactions with people changing. This is you coming into more understanding of who you are, and others coming into understanding of who you are, rather than seeing the shield that you've been putting up. They will get to know who you are. And you won't feel like you're the outsider again. I get that with this card as well. It's like this bird sitting on, in the fence, in this cage, and seeing everyone else out here connecting, and here's this bird sitting there. It's going to take you to connect with yourself, and this is going to take some patience. Again, we have the feminine energy coming up. You can see all the nature around her. She's connecting with the moon. So perhaps connecting with the moon is going to help tap you into that feminine energy. And I don't know why I'm hearing it. If you're a male watching this, spending time under the moon is going to be helpful for you. And talking to the feminine parts of yourself, or talking, even if you're not comfortable talking at yourself first, talking to the moon, right? Show me, moon. Help me to feel at ease. Help me to heal. Help me to grow. Help me to see myself in the best light. Show me what I have to give. and what I have to share with the world. Because I feel like for some of you, what you have to share with the world is what's going to bring prosperity for you as well, or a lot of abundance. Because I am getting another message here that you could be financially secure in what you're doing, but abundance can mean feeling like you're giving something, that you've got purpose, and feeling connected with people around you. You know, and I feel like I'm getting this message for someone watching. Perhaps you are in a job that's, you know, not purposeful for you. Perhaps it brings in the money, but it doesn't give you the overall satisfaction in your life. And maybe this could be causing some of this conflict. And perhaps it goes back to that, I have to work hard to get this money. You know, there's different messages here, so take what resonates. Let's have a look from the Fairy Tarot. Let's see what other messages your heart has. Well, just falling out for you. I feel like your heart really has a lot of messages for you. Strength. The grace of inner strength needed to overcome challenges, the power of kindness and forgiveness. Time to embrace how wonderful you are. That is standing out to me so strongly, that it's time for you to embrace this beautiful side of you, or the beauty of who you are, really. This is who you are. And it's time to show the real world your real self to the world. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. King of Winter, knowledgeable, experienced, fair-minded, and unemotional. Get advice from a professional and objective. Public speaking, unemotional relationships. You know, perhaps, you know, you felt like, as I said before, that some of your relationships just aren't as deep as you'd like them. Maybe they're not seeing the real you. And the reason is because you're not showing the real you. You have to get to know yourself. You have to come into loving of yourself and be kind to yourself. For others of you, this could be as well with the King of Winter energy. Perhaps you are someone who is very logical, knowledgeable, and so again, there's this message of that's okay, and this is really good, because what you have to share, the knowledge you have to share, and you know, some of you may work in some sort of like a very professional workplace, like, or you know, may work in law or justice or something like that. And you know, this is good, but perhaps there's this, what I'm getting the message of here is having balance between this side of you and the feminine side of you. It's like bringing in, okay, having that logic, having that knowledge, but also having that feminine energy as well. I'm just tuning in a little, see if there's any other messages here. And you know, another message I'm going back onto as well is that this card could be relating to those of you who may be doing a job that's completely disconnected from your heart, that's not aligned with your heart. And maybe the people you're connecting with through this is just not your type of people, because it's not aligned with your heart. But if you move into the area that you're feeling is most purposeful for you, that you can share all of who you are, that is going to be the key to your healing. It's going to be the key to you experiencing much deeper relationships where you're going to not feel like the outsider, that you're going to feel like you can be vulnerable and you can be yourself. Okay, so let's get some messages here from my cards I've made up. We'll see what Spirit wants to say, and then we'll end your reading. You are connected. Right? So you are always connected. Love your body. And I want to say love who you are. And you know, I want to say as well, get connected to your body, connected to your heart. Wait for the right moment. You can do it. Choose love. Yes. What would love do? What would love say? Are you being kind to yourself? The ladder. This to me represents you leveling up. This is your consciousness going to another level. And that takes time and patience as well. Okay? Boundaries. So this is about you learning about boundaries or establishing boundaries. Be strong. So we've got another message about being strong here. Okay, so that's the messages I have for you, group number 1. I send you so much love. Bye for now. Hello, group number 2, and welcome to your reading. You chose here the shell here, and I just want to add that my apologies for the microphone. I'm working on getting one that's going to be much better. So what I'm going to do is tune into this shell first and just see what messages I get from your hearts. Yeah, it keeps wanting to jump. It's like perhaps you're really excited about something, or you're really eager. Your heart, your soul's really eager to get going, to get started, to go for something. It's ready. It's like wants to experience something that perhaps it's ready to experience it. Do you know what I mean? I get that real eagerness energy and childlike energy. And there's a lot of joy here as well. If you're not experiencing this, and you're listening to this and you're going, but I'm not feeling joyous, I'm not feeling ready for anything, like perhaps you're the opposite. This is what your heart's wanting. Deep down, this is what you're wanting. But we can put shadows over that, right? For many different reasons. I also get with this to me looks like the breast. So it's like nurturing self. And there's also like I'm tasting, Spirit's getting me to taste, and I feel like I want to taste sweetness. So this as well talks about your heart wanting to really experience the beauty of life and happiness and joy of life, just like a baby, a little child that gets out there and sees the world with such wide eyes and happiness, and drinks the mother's milk with such intent. I remember my son just looking at, like, it's almost like it was the best thing ever, And this is what your heart's wanting you to experience life like. And I'm hearing like the simple things even. And when you do this, when you nurture yourself, it's going to like spread outward. Like I'm seeing it like in the pinnacle here, and there's just all these lines coming out. So it's like, it's just going to, that nurturing of yourself is going to allow you to be much more nurturing with your children or with other people in your life. You're going to have the energy for others. It's like that saying, you fill your cup first. Okay, that's all I'm getting from the shell. There was like, I just want to point out, there was a tiny little hole there, but I couldn't get, I'm asking Spirit what it was, but I wasn't getting anything. So it may come up in the cards. So I just want to mention that little hole there. All right, let's get a message with the energy oracle first. Does your heart want you to know? All right, we've got contract. Whoa, they came out straight away. All right. Oh, look. And here I was talking about you know, tasting life. And it's like, I feel like with this contract is that you're meant to be living this life of abundance. And I feel like you've paid your dues. You've experienced all you need from a situation that you're in currently or from your life to date. All right. You know, yeah, and I just keep hearing more than enough, more than enough. You've done more than enough. And the scales are tipped too far on one side here. And it's time for you to experience more of this abundance in your life. And you know, to you really to lap up this beautiful energy, more color, more vibrancy, more joy, more connections, more creativity. And so Spirit is suggesting here, your heart is suggesting that you clear your mind. And I also want to say here that there, with the third eye chakra, it's about visualizing this abundance for yourself. You know, it's interesting because I'm looking at the books and I said, what is the books talking about? And what I heard was is that you know how to, it's like you've learned enough from this situation. Another message is if you've learned how to attract what you want, you know about the law of attraction. But there's something within the third eye that needs to change. And that could be that little hole here, right? And maybe things are falling through the gap there because of the thoughts. Or perhaps you need to visualize this abundance for yourself because you've been in a state of, like, in the situation you're in or in your past experiences where there's been an imbalance. It's just normal to only see that as being the way. It's hard to see yourself at times. I mean, we're all different, but for me personally, I feel like it's hard for me at times to visualize my life in a way that I particularly can't imagine myself just yet. So perhaps that might be happening for you. Perhaps you might, you know that you want abundance, right? You know it's time for balance to come back into your life. But perhaps you're like, I just, it's hard for you to see it. I'm just tuning in a little further, so just bear with me. Let's have a look at what are the other cards there. I thought I felt an energy coming through, but it wasn't very clear. And maybe that's what's happening. Maybe it's just not clear to you. Maybe the energy's there, or you can see yourself out of a situation, or you can see what you want, but perhaps it's just not very clear to you. So again, this talks about getting clear, Perhaps doing some meditations on the third eye and clearing and balancing the third eye chakra. I want to say the crown chakra as well. I'm getting a message. Okay, I feel like Archangel Metatron's saying here that the key is to connect to the heart. If you connect, because if you're sitting there in a state where you're like, okay, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, and you're in the mind, you're in this mental loop. You need to detach from that, and you need to come into the heart consciousness. And he's saying once you come into that heart consciousness, then you will be able to visualize. So there you go. That's something I could use as well. So when you start, and that makes sense because when I go into journeys and meditations, I will often see projections of the future of what I wasn't expecting, because it's natural. We're connecting with our heart. All right. So if you're in a lot of mental energy, come back to that heart space. Or if it's at that time and it's a little more challenging for you, then it's time to wait. Just give it some time for that to pass, and then when you're feeling much more relaxed, then you can start to visualize where you want to be, what you want to do, or come back. Okay, heart, where is it I really want to be? They're also showing me writing. Sometimes writing can get you out of your head as well. Lots of messages here. It's beautiful. It's good. It's good. Whew. We've got 3 cards came out at once. We've got success, we've got sharing, and we've got laziness. I always feel like laziness to me with this card can mean that like self-sabotaging. And it's because your mind is used to the reality that you've been living in, the situation you've been living in. And it's hard sometimes to get into that alignment, so then we can procrastinate. So this would go really well with you wanting success with something, you wanting a relationship, or you wanting to change the sort of career, or you want to be an entrepreneur, or you want to be recognized for something. And when you go to take those steps, you get into this energy here where you start to procrastinate. But you're ready. Your heart's ready for this success, this recognition, this abundance. There's another message I'm getting here, and it's a bit different. So this could be for if it's not, it may not resonate for everyone. But for some of you, maybe you're indulging too much. Maybe, because I was talking about that, I was getting the energy of the milk, the breast milk, and that tasting, and that nurturing of self. And maybe you're doing too much indulging in some things, and it's taking you away from your vision. But again, this can be part of that procrastination. It can be part of you delaying yourself in some way. But there is this blossoming abundance here for you, and with the amount of abundance that you're capable of. And I also get like a really loving energy here that you have to share with others. And I'm getting a message for someone here that the situation for you that has ended, it's time for you to, you've learnt or you've needed to learn in this situation, and it's now time for you to nurture yourself and love yourself and seek more success in your life, and share your love with abundance with people who are really going to appreciate you and what you have to give, because I get the feeling that you've been in, like, this might be to do with family or relationship. It's definitely, I'm feeling relationship centered here. It could be work as well, all right? But you haven't been fully appreciated or acknowledged. It's time to walk away from that situation or from those people, and because you've got a love to give, and so you want to give that to the right people who are going to really acknowledge that. And it's going to open you up, because it's going to, being tied into a contract that's ended is only holding you back from your success. So make sure you're not going back to old ways or old situations from the past. So you have awareness, projections, playfulness, and ripeness, you know. And I have to point out, this is that ripeness energy to me, as well as that feeling ready to take action. Because remember, I said you're like ready. Your soul wants you to be playful. Your soul wants you to take chances. Your soul wants to experience this success, experience this abundance in life. And so here, these cards here are asking you to see a higher awareness here. Again, like, oh, what's this? Yeah, no, there's this inner wisdom to see here. And you know what this projection is? I'm getting a bit of a different message to what I usually say with that card, but it's like tapping into the higher awareness more regularly is going to allow you to project a higher vision for yourself. And move you beyond the pattern of either self-sabotage or creating situations that keep you in the energy of lack. So there's an energy here, we are the world. There's an energy of connection here. And it's interesting because with this success card, you can see that the tiger is on the world. So for some of you, there could be a connection, or your soul, your heart might be wanting you to explore more, travel, experience other cultures, experience different cities even, different environments, different groups of people even. There's just this energy of your soul wanting to explore. Friendliness. I feel like through this exploring as well, you're going to make some really magical connections, I'm hearing, and more playful, more light-hearted connections. And again, you're ripe and ready for this abundance. Exhaustion. You know, this man here, he looks like he's so tired and weary, and you can see the mechanics around him. And so I get this sense of, like, you know, it's that being through it again and again and again. And so there's this cycle of going around and around. But we're going to stop that. Your heart, you know, reason I Googled there was because I was like, we're going to stop that. Like, and I feel like you can do this. I feel like it's almost like I get the feeling that you would see that humor as well. Because I feel like you've got this understanding, you know. Because you're tired, yeah. You want more. Your soul wants more. Wants to feel this light-hearted, playful energy, connection with others, abundance. We have 5 of autumn. Reach out to others for assistance. Poor timing for career change. Feeling challenged by money issues. I feel like this comes back to the situation that you've been in, or your life up until this point, where you felt like you were missing out, where you felt like you were in lack, where you may have had money issues, where you might not have experienced much play, joy, connections in life. But now it is the time for you to receive. The world. A brilliant success, the freedom to go in any direction, a journey that is now complete. And I want to say we are the world, another world connection. And you know, I get with this, what's standing out to me is the freedom to go in any direction. Because as I said, I feel like you've come to this point where you no longer need to experience those situations of lack anymore, or those relationships that have pulled you down, or that you've allowed to pull you down. Because I don't want to take responsibility away either. We want to be empowered, all right? And so here we have, you got the choice of where you want to go. So what direction do you want to go in? Connect with that heart. What is it, my direction? Where do I want to go? What sort of experiences? And even like I'm hearing, when you start asking how do I want to live? How do I want to be? It's open question. Allow your imagination to soar. And allow yourself to play with the imagination and really take it to a higher level. Don't question it. It doesn't mean you have to do that overnight, but you'll be given what your heart, or what you see is what you can bring about in your life. And then you can start to take those steps in creating that, which can be, small steps. It doesn't have to be a big leap, right? The 6 of summer. For instance, you might want to be a singer. And you might visualize yourself being on stage with millions of people watching you singing, right? And then, but you can then go, okay, I've seen myself singing on stage. At what step can I take now that's going to move me in that direction? That's just an example. 6 of summer, children or childhood, the return of peoples or romances from your past, remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they really occurred. I feel like this is talking about, be careful not to go back to the past too much. Or it's okay to look at the past and the wisdom you've gained at the past, and then use that to fire you forwards, to help you to create what you want forwards, but not to allow those situations back in, or this energy of lack back in. But I'm really getting as I talk about this reflection on your childhood, it's feeling really good to me. So I feel like this is more about you just seeing where you've been and everything you've learned and gained, and using that to step forward and receive all that beautiful abundance that's ripe and ready for you. Ripe and ready. The Nine of Summer, wishes coming true, dreams fulfilled, a magical time of life. You're coming into a magical time of life and your wishes are going to come true. So hold the faith here. Your heart is ready to experience a next level of life. Your heart is ready to experience this abundance. So open up to it. Align yourself with that energy so it comes to you much more quickly. And I want to say to you, if you are in a situation that is drawing your energy, that is toxic, that is not helpful, that is not healthy, it's time to look at leaving that situation and moving towards your abundance. Right? So always trust your own intuition. So I would never ever suggest anyone do anything. It's always up to you at the end of the day, but you need to trust, connect with your heart and listen to your own soul. All right, let's get some messages from my little cards here and see what Spirit wants to add. Wow, lots of messages for you. Okay, we've got take note of your dreams. Again, this is about getting into dream time, getting into your imagination. This is going to connect you to your abundance. And I want to say, like, there could be many different avenues to what you can experience and do. It's not just one thing. Cleanse yourself. Yeah. Remove any energies that are no longer healthy from your life, whether that's people, places, things, thoughts. Because remember, we're talking about thoughts earlier as well. You are free. Yes, you are free. This is, again, clarifying you are free to make the decisions for yourself. I feel like there's a bit of an open book here for you. And I know that's scary because I've been told that myself before. And that's scary. But perhaps there's many different avenues for your soul. Like there's wiggle room for your soul. All right? Because you've done all your work you needed to do previous. Feel and release. You are strong. This is talking about the base chakra awakening. This is going to bring in more you feeling secure and safe, and it's going to really bring in a beautiful foundation in your life. We've got the Wheel of Fortune here, change. We've got the full moon, abundance. We have here the Hermit. So this is talking about going in or following your light. We have seek answers within. That's funny. It's like the next card that I got. So yeah, again, seek answers within. We've got the heart chakra. So, this is talking about what your heart wants, and this is blocked. And so again, coming back to that message from Archangel Metatron over here about coming back into your heart and asking those questions of your heart and balancing that heart chakra as well. Break free from your chains. This is talking about what I was saying about, visualizing better for yourself and not keeping yourself attached to old situations, to, those patterns in your life. Be peace. Look at this. You've got heart chakra. Look at this. So you're going to go from having the heart chakra imbalance to being open to receive. Hear them out. All right? Maybe there's someone in your life that you need to hear. Also, what I'm getting is hear what your heart wants to say. Romantic love is on its way. Ooh. And maybe, too, this could be someone from the past. This could be a past life relationship, or this could be someone like a childhood friend. All right? And if you're already in a relationship, this is more like deeper connections in your life. Let go of toxic people. Like I was saying, time to let go of anything toxic in your life. And here we have crown chakra. And I think I mentioned third eye balancing, crown chakra balancing. And so the crown chakra is going to give you a bigger vision, all right? It's going to connect you into your Akashic records as well. So yeah, really, really good reading for you. Your heart's really ready to explore. And so, yeah, take it, let go of the past and embrace and receive this beautiful abundance that is lying here waiting for you. So that is your messages, group number 2. I send you so much love. Bye for now. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. So I just want to point out first off my apologies for the microphone. I've got to get a new microphone. I'm working on it. So let's have a look at your shell here and let's see what your heart is wanting you to know. So you know what? There's a lot of this heart feels really light and feels really pure. I don't know why I want to use the word pure. I don't know if you've been doing a lot of heart chakra healing, or you're bringing a lot of light into your heart recently, and I don't know why I'm saying, but I feel like for someone watching, you've met someone new. It's really opened your heart. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. What does your heart want you to know? I'm seeing these 2 little bits here, and to me it looks like eyes, and I'm feeling like there's it's like your eyes are really wide open, you're seeing things really clearly. I'm really getting the sense that, and I'm hearing this phrase, happy mind, happy heart, and I'm also feeling like your channels at the moment are really clear. So whatever you've been doing, and let's move the last scripture, whatever you've been doing is working. So I feel like your heart's really happy with the work that you're doing. I mean, you know, there's still some work, and there's always layers, but for where you're at right now, it's like the channel is open for you. There's lots of light here. I'm seeing lots of light. I don't know, I'm seeing green. I'm seeing Archangel Raphael. So I don't know if some of you have been working with Archangel Raphael. That'll just be confirmation if you have. But yeah, I really feel like you've been doing meditations or some sort of healing work on the heart. And I don't know why, but I'm getting the message as well, if you've been crying a lot, your heart wants you to know this is working. It's washing away the past. And for those of you who have met someone new too, I feel like this person's going to help open your heart even more, it sort of activated you in some way. We have Healer of the Ages. So yeah, this is confirming what I was feeling here, that you have been doing healing on that heart. Oh look, the Angel of Love, look. Oh look, heartbreak. I just love Spirit. I just love this because, as I said, this is just clarifying everything I just said. So much synchronicity. You might be experiencing a lot more synchronicity as well, because you're sort of following your heart. But what I'm seeing here is that, because I said to you that if you've been crying a lot, it's clearing your heart, you've been doing healing. And that's, this is the heartbreak of the past that you've been releasing, you've been healing, you've been letting go of. Let's put the broken heart here. So you've been releasing, and this is opening you up to new love, new romance, new connections. This could even be opening you up to meeting your tribe, your community of people. And just more I feel like you've been looking after yourself and giving yourself a lot of love and self-compassion. Yeah, again, I know I'm repeating myself, but there's a lot of self-love that you've been doing, a lot of heart healing. And your heart is grateful for this. And that's why you've attracted this love. If you haven't attracted them yet and you are looking, I can see that you will be attracting this love very soon. You have opened the channel. You've opened your heart. It's now just about time, like divine timing, being at the right place at the right time. And the same if you're attracting a particular community here, friendships. I'm also getting like the being connected with your heart, and all this healing has allowed you to really see things, as I said, really clearly, and you know what you wanted. You know what you want from a relationship. You know what you want from friendships. You know what you want from your life. You've gone through a lot of purification, and this is through you. You've been tuning in, turning in. You might have been going through some sort of like hermit mode as well. You've had to release the past, and maybe you've been through some controlling relationships, or you've lost your power in some way in the past, and now you're coming back into your power. And now you've learned to release the control. You have this thunderbolt, and it's going right on top of the angel of love. So this new love could have come in and is maybe for some of you it's activating this healing. It's helping you to see things really clearly. It's helping you to release the past. Okay, it's creating like this tower moment and revelation in your life, and it's making a big change. For others of you, this is about this energy, this thunderbolt energy that has allowed you to break down the walls and come into that healing of self so that you can attract more love in your life. Trust. And this is going on top of the community card. So I feel like here your heart is asking you to trust. Okay, you've been through heartbreak in the past, and when you're opening your heart to people, it can be hard to trust when you've been through things in the past. But your heart's letting you know you've got the ability to tune in. You have been learning about your own intuition, about yourself. You've been gaining self-love for yourself in this healing. So, A, it's very hard for you to make the same mistakes as before. And B, I feel that you're attracting a whole new experience in regards to relationships with people. It doesn't mean all things are going to be roses and rainbows, okay? But the people that are coming across your path, if you don't trust them, you're shutting yourself off from the experiences that you deserve to experience. And I feel like it's not going to be the same as the past. As I said, if you do come across someone who is not, you've trusted and they're not who they seem to be, your intuition's going to let you know what to do. You've got the power now because you've learned that. You know how to let that person go. So you don't need to have that protection up anymore. All right. So, and trusting is going to allow you to open that heart more and allow these relationships to come in. This is a beautiful reading. I'm loving it. Yeah, don't get caught up with the politics. I feel like this is just talking about what I was saying. Try not to get into the energy of having to because there's just this energy. Maybe you might, when you open up to new relationships and people, you might start to, some of the old energy might start to resurface here. So I feel like this is just a reminder from your heart. Look, just, release that control and Trust yourself. Trust the people around you. And, you know, again, if there is anybody who's got a mask on and who's not being completely honest, you will see through that mask. You will see through it. You just need to tune in. If something's not feeling right, just tune in and it'll be revealed to you. So you've got nothing to worry about here. As long as you've got good intentions, you know. We have the miser. Why is this coming up, Spirit? Okay, they're saying that this is just talking about the past energy. So you've had this awakening. You've come to realize, you know, the people or the energies that weren't serving you in the past, people who used to take from you all the time, who weren't showing you their truth selves, who were trying to control you. But now you're shifting from that energy. You've matured, all right? This is just clarifying what I was saying before, that you've got that wisdom now. You've matured from this. Beautiful. With this schizophrenia, I feel like this is talking about, as I said, it may come up a little bit, like it may come up to the surface when you meet someone and you might go back and forth a little bit. But again, tuning in is going to help you to stay aligned with the heart here. Yeah, don't let the mind, because what will happen is the mind will go back to the past experiences. Even though you've done all this clearing, you've cleared the way, right, in your heart. So your heart's not blocking love. Your heart is opening up to love. Right? And this doesn't just mean love relationship. This also means friendships, people, community. So there's nothing there blocking the way. But the only thing that can get in your way, the heart's saying, is your mind. All right? Your mind thinking, you know, worrying about the people having a mask on, or whether they're going to take from you. Should I trust them? You know, is the situation going to turn out bad? Like, and you going back and forwards. All right, so that's the only thing that's going to hold you back here. Remember to connect with the universe and the burden. Interesting. And we've got comparison. All right. I feel like, again, this is going back to past energies. So don't let the past burden your future here. And again, like, it's almost like we've got this comparison and then we've got this schizophrenia. So, you know, again, there's that, and oh, look, and I've got the mind there. So, you know, you might go into that energy of trying to compare, like, are they like this other person, or, you know, is it, you're trying to find, your mind might be trying to find likeness to your experiences, like likeness in others to your experiences. So I just feel like this is some guidance to, yeah, to let that go. Trust your heart. Trust others again. And see the interconnectedness as well. I don't know, like, I'm hearing unity consciousness. Maybe you're coming into more unity consciousness. The focus on a unity consciousness here. And remember love. Love leads the way, I'm hearing. I don't know why I'm getting those particular messages, but maybe they resonate for you in some way, right, in relation to this reading. So let's see what other messages Spirit has for you, the heart has for you. Queen of Autumn. Generous, stylish, gracious, practical. Be practical with respect to how you proceed, the ability to make anything more beautiful, meeting someone who can help your dreams come true. I feel like this is in regards to the people that you're meeting. That these people that you're coming into contact with, you know, they want to help you to achieve your dreams. And you will know that these people are right for you because they are lifting you up. They are encouraging you. They see your vision. Some of these people might be people that you might come into contact in work. We have the Emperor. Use logic and structure to increase your success. Get organized, a firm but compassionate leader. And you know what? We can see here the love heart in the world. Right? And you know, it's interesting because the message I'm getting here is this: you have come into this maturity, you've gained this leadership. All right? I see that with the Emperor, right? The Emperor he has logic and structure, and he's using that to create success in his life. And, you know, I feel like with this amount, like with this heart healing and this openness that you've created in your heart space is connecting you with all, you know. But there's this balance here, and I feel like it's about this balance between your heart, your mind, your spirit, you know, allowing all the corners to come into balance. Mind, body, spirit. Some of you might be working with others to create some sort of change. I don't know why I'm mentioning that, but maybe it's a message for someone. But you're definitely not the person that you were. Strength. You're a lot stronger. The grace of inner strength needed to overcome challenges, the power of kindness and forgiveness, time to embrace how wonderful you are, you know? You've gained a lot of strength. You've matured. You're taking leadership of your life now. Some of you may have gone through a spiritual awakening here. Let's get some messages with this card. Again, another message. Every group's gotten this. You are strong. Follow your truth. Take note of your dreams. You have the Hermit. So again, this is this turning in card. Be peace. You are connected. 444, and it's interesting because you've got the Emperor card here. Because to me, this is like you getting structure, you getting, like stability and getting all the areas of your life into balance as well. Choose wisely. Romantic love is on its way. Center yourself. and seek answers within. And that goes with that, right? Seek the answers within. And this will give you the peace. Keep centered, you know, and if this romance hasn't come in, this love hasn't come in, or these connections, they are coming. Your heart is open, right? As I said, the only thing that can get in the way, you know, is your mind. There's a lot of success here for you. Success in your relationships and success in your life. You're a much stronger person from what you were. So keep up the good work. So that's the messages I have for you, group number 3. I send you so much love. Bye for now.